Hello, thanks for joining me. So in this video we're going to be talking about the part that you will need to complete this Arduino course. So the first thing you're going to be needing is the Arduino Uno board. Now, as you may or may not know, Arduino has all types of derivative out there. So there is this company named Arduino. They made this board and this is like the official Arduino. But Arduino is open source hardware, and so basically this company Arduino, they made all of the schematics and everything publicly available. So anybody, everyone could take that stuff and replicate it and even sell it legally. So there is all this derivative out there or clones of Arduino Uno board that are basically the exact same thing, but my recommendation to you, again, this is just my recommendation. So my recommendation is that you get the actual authentic Arduino Uno to walk through these lessons. The reason I say to go with the Arduino Uno and the authentic one is because basically it's going to wash away any concern you might have whether or not you are following these tutorials exactly. So if you're following everything we're doing here, then you can know that it's not the hardware you've got, because it's the same stuff that is being used in this course. Alright, so again, that's just my recommendation. If you have already got an Arduino clone or derivative, feel free to use it. It's going to work probably just fine. So the next thing we're going to be needing is the USB cable to plug your Arduino into your computer. Basically, how it's going to work, you are going to write a code on your computer and then you are going to transfer that code. You're going to upload it to the Arduino board. So this USB cable that you're going to use, it's called the AB type. So one end looks like your typical USB that just plugs into a computer, and the other end, it's like a square. It looks like a little house. Maybe it's what would typically go into the back of a printer. Next is some light emitting diodes, which is also known as LEDs. The 5mm type is actually okay. You will also need some resistors. So what resistors do is they resist the flow of current in a circuit, and the bigger the number is for the resistor, the more current that they resist. Now when a resistor resists current, the resistor takes that electrical energy and it basically transforms it into its energy. Alright, so sometimes resistors can be hot, so it's just a quick mental note when you are setting up circuits. The next component we're going to be talking about is the potentiometer. Now the potentiometer is nothing but a variable resistant. So what it does is that it creates voltage divider. The next component we're going to be talking about is called the solderless breadboard. Now we are not going to be cutting bread on this breadboard, but as the name implies, we don't have to use solder in order to connect electrical components together. So the solderless breadboard, it has a bunch of little holes in it, and in these holes are all these little clips, all these little metal copper clips down below each hole. You can think of a breadboard as a silo spread board, which is divided into columns and into rows, and the columns are electrically connected while the rows are not electrically connected. Now the next component we're going to be talking about is the jumper wires, and what jumper wires allows you to do is they fit down into the little holes on the breadboard and also into the little holes on your Arduino board. So the jumper wires allows you to basically extend your electrical connection in order to give you some space to work with. Another component we're going to be talking about is the momentary push button. So a momentary push button is normally off. So that means if you are not pressing the button, then no electrical connection is made between either side of the button. But when you press the button, when you are actually holding it down, that is when an electric connection can be made. And if you remove your hand from the button, then the button kind of pops back out, and again the electrical connection will be lost. They come in all different styles. So the next component we're going to be talking about is the alligator clip. Alligator clip is used to establish temporary electrical connection when clipped onto terminals and components. Then it is important, not an assumption, that everyone should have a computer with Windows or Mac operating system. Also, an internet connection is very vital. It's important in order to download the Arduino software, which is the IDE, where we're going to be running the codes. Pay close attention to the subsequent videos in this section. Alright then, enjoy this lesson. Bye.